You're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shell Abustan.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. And this week we are going to watch
Banglasia 2.0, which apparently has 7 cuts.
An old film that is only now coming out.
Yes.
So we watched Banglasia. We watched Banglasia by Namewee, Banglasia. Banglasia.
I think it's Banglasia, but okay.
Banglasia.
Alright, white
Banglasia.
man.
Why is it Banglasia?
Malaysia.
And then?
Malaysia. Banglasia.
So
Okay, anyway, we watched the film.
Yeah.
The Namewee film. It's about, it follows the life of a Bangladeshi migrant who's come here to work named Dirty Harris.
Yes, white girl, Harris.
And because it's derived from Dirty Harry, okay. Anyway, so it follows Haris, who just wants to marry his girlfriend
in Indonesia.
Bangladesh.
But you see, yeah.
Laboni. And Laboni is the wife of the chief inspector in Bangladesh, and he's like some poor boy. Nobody loves him.
So he came to Malaysia to work lah,
yeah,
like any other Bangladeshi foreign worker.
But then now Laboni is getting married, and then
he needs to find enough money to go back.
He goes to his boss, to say that I want to go back. I need my passport. I need my money, but they cannot find his passport.
Well, I guess for the context, the boss is also a gangster.
Yeah, an oppressive Malay man.
Yeah,
Saiful Apek.
Who is in cohorts with like a politician.
Yeah.
Right. To bring in foreign workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then make money out of it. Yeah.
Also.
Foreign workers, drugs, and then use these foreign workers to like.
So he's apparently he's in cohorts with like some king.
Yeah.
Called the what? Raja Luk.
So Lok is actually the group of these foreign workers who have been brought in. So these foreign workers are used for many things in Malaysia, like phantom voting and all that right?
So it shows in the 5 years that he's been here, all the different kinds of jobs that he's done.
Yeah, from phantom voter to working as a TNB electrician,
chef in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Magician's assistant. But actually in Bangladesh he was like trained to be a sharpshooter.
Yeah, like a special agent or something like that.
So he's got skills.
Yeah.
Bro's got mad skills.
And Namewee acts as?
Namewee is this China who's trying to save Malaysia.
Yeah, okay. from foreigners.
He comes from a line of kung fu masters, and he's got this grandma who's like mildly senile, and his grandfather and his grandfather's forefathers are all like heroes, patriotic heroes.
Chinese heroes, right?
Yeah,
who are named Hang Leke, Hang Lengkiu, Hang Koren, Hang and all that lah.
Yeah, so all the Hangs, because
but they're Chinese Kung Fu-nese people.
He's got like some Sawan problem, some Hainan babi, Hainan gila Hainan problem or something.
Yeah, that'd be just kind of funny.
He like just trigger happily kills everybody.
Like when he was training to be in Kung Fu, and when he was a kid, he had a sword and he just started people.
Bread knife.
Yeah, bread knife stabbing everybody.
Yeah.
So when he got a gun, also he started shooting him. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
basically that's the film lah.
Yeah, it's satire.
Yeah.
It's satire, it's comedic, it's funny. It's supposed to be social commentary of the politics in Malaysia lah, of the environment in Malaysia.
So it was supposed to be released in 2014.
2014, this was 5 years ago.
And then obviously Malaysia was like, hell no. And then now in New Malaysia they released it, so they obviously reshot and updated it.
Yeah, there was a small reshoot and an update.
The political climate.
And they also agreed to 7 cuts for it to be released. Right? I mean, I can see all the social commentary and the symbolisms and all that. It's very clear, it's very obvious. You live in Malaysia, you get it. It is kind of funny, but after a while, I'll tell you the truth, like personally to me, that it was too chock-a-block full of symbolism, satire and comedy and jokes that it just got so tiring that it made me snore at certain parts. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, literally that sums up my review of this film.
Yeah.
Okay, look, the social commentary and everything is very intelligent, and Namewee is kind of known for that.
Yeah, it is intelligent. It's good.
But you kind of have to be subtle about it. You can't just like blah a 2-hour film.
Too much.
Filled with that.
Too
because
much.
then it's just like slapping us in the face lah, okay? And we get it. We got a new government. We get it. Our old government was corrupt. We all know this story as Malaysians, okay? Even the non-Malaysians also know now because our former Prime Minister is winning awards, winning awards, or the journalist won the award. Sorry, can't give him credit where he's due. But anyway, the point is, people know. So we get it, alright? And when you're like so in your face about it, then it's not really very sophisticatedly funny lah, you know, and it's not even like slapstick, so then it just ends up kind of being a bit flat.
Yeah. And the fact that they did updates, right? Because it was 5 years ago, and they did updates that reflected the last general elections, right? And the results and all that. To me, it felt again trying too hard lah. What did you feel about the updates?
Yeah, I didn't like them. Web TV Asia is the same company that created Rise
Ini Kalila, which was total 100% pandering
bloody
film.
pander film,
and it was lousy.
It just feels like this is also kind of just trying to pander also lah, but they cannot pander so hard because it's an old film. But then they recycled it to also still pander to the new government.
Yeah, a little bit lah. A lot like at the end.
That was just kind of...
It's a pity because Namewee is very intelligent and he does really good films.
The nuances are intelligent, but too much.
Too much and too back to back.
Yeah.
And I just got muak, you know, muak, and just want to vomit. Because I watched Namewee's first film, Nasi Lemak 2.0, and that was great. You know, I loved it.
Disagree.
And that was satire but very subtle, you know, it's not like so chock-a-block full.
So Namewee's filmmaking style is like
Chow Sin Chi,
who's not Stephen Chow, because he only became Stephen Chow after white people liked him.
After he made Kung Fu Hustle and it became a hit in the US. Suddenly his name became Steven nah.
We don't recognize that. We like our neighbor Steven though, he's pretty cool.
But
anyway,
we like Chow Sin Chi's movies too.
Yeah,
I love
really like
Chow Sin Chi's movies. But
right.
although Namewee is kind of very obviously influenced by him, but it's just too
He's just
tiring
pandering too much. I'm tired. It was just so revolting after a while. Some parts of it were insufferable, and it was like he was not making a film for the sake of making a good film to tell a good story lah. And generally, I don't like it when films don't at least try to do that, you know? What's the point of filmmaking if you're not trying to tell a good story? And like this idea of trying to use like a social awareness or social impact thing by using an issue like migration and foreign workers, right? And it was the parts where he humanized Haris, like the only bits of the film I actually really kind of did enjoy was the Bangladesh flashbacks, where he kind of like humanized Haris, and you see that he's got a mother, you see that he was actually trained in the police force, because when they come here, we like in the film they just kept calling them like Banglas. So, and we always just say like, oh, you know, the foreign workers are everywhere, and
which is what the film was trying to say lah.
Yeah, and every foreign worker is like sort of the same. So I like that they humanized this one particular guy and they gave him like a character, but the rest of the execution, that was horrible because there was so much unexplained stuff. It was like borderline a little bit slapstick, and the pandering was just god awful. Second only to Rise Ini Kalila.
I think it would have. I think it made a big difference that it wasn't released 5 years ago and it's released now.
Yeah.
Because of the things that they talk about. I guess it just probably doesn't even really resonate today because it's already been so overdone and so over discussed already. You know. Yeah. So maybe that also played a factor lah.
It's a bit sad though that a social film like that was made 5 years ago about
was banned then.
No, I was gonna say still is relevant today because we still have a lot of undocumented migrant workers and people are still doing crackdowns and migrant workers are still being abused and everything, like in One to Jaga and stuff like that. So it's still an issue. 5 years later, it's still an issue. It was great of Namewee to highlight this issue in 2014, But to bring it back in 2019 and use it as a tool to pander, that's a bit not cool. So his heart's not in the right place this time, I feel. Yeah. So would you tell people to watch it?
You can try and go and watch it if you want. It's like lah. Yeah, I would say go if you want, don't go if you don't want. That kind of thing, you know. Yeah.
You can live without seeing it, really, to be honest. Yeah. So
Nasi Lemak 2.0 was way better lah.
Yeah. If you have seen it,
so tell us what you think.
disagree
If you have watched it, please tell us what you think.
let us know.
Right? If you disagree with what we said, tell us what you think. If you agree, tell us you agree. Right? You can comment, like this video, or don't like this video, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right? And you can follow us on all our social media platforms at FatBidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Cheryl Abustawan.
Peace out. Yo, drop nothing. Hey, if you want to learn how to become an independent filmmaker or a filmmaker in general, I've got a book which I wrote with a buddy of mine. It's called Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking. You can actually buy it off of here. I'm going to put the link down here at my website, fatbidin.com. It's only a couple of ringgit, and it's really good because it has many different chapters, the process of filmmaking, and each chapter I interview a Malaysian filmmaker who gives advice and tips of from their experience. So yeah, yay, link is down here. Yay.